Hey everybody, welcome back to our little piece of YouTube here. We're talking some cameras today. How to know when to upgrade your camera. I'm coming to you from where all the magic does not happen. A lot of brainstorming, but a lot of magic. We're doing a straight out of camera, straight from the bedroom. Straight out of camera, it's just not too much editing going on, just talking to you one-on-one. Let's go back a little bit further, even to 2020, where I talked about the Nikon D80 and a FOMO, fear of missing out when new cameras come out. So I thought this would be a good time to have an update of that. Any three of these reasons alone is good enough in my opinion. It's just my opinion. This is no hard fact here. Number one, if you're constantly getting booked, you know what money goes into a photo shoot, how much it costs for you to travel to a shoot. You're getting to be financially responsible, and you know just how much these things, right down to the penny, how much it's gonna cost to pull off a photo session. And it's repeatedly happening, could be time to upgrade your camera. Two is you're being financially smart. Don't max out your credit cards, because I've been there, I've done that. I don't recommend it. And not knowing where the cash can be coming from, I don't recommend it at all. If you can set up some type of savings, it doesn't even have to be officially in a bank, just save up a little bit for it, save a quarter, half, most, wherever can get you comfortable, and go straight cash on your camera, because it's no good having all this gear and nothing to really use it for. That is just a horrible place to be. I have been there. If anything, if you have, I'm not even talking like 50 bucks or less. If you can put that into marketing, be it just posting a ton on Facebook, not even Facebook ads, but just posting daily on social medias. You can make a podcast on your phone. I've done videos about that on this channel. And speaking of channels, just making YouTube videos and letting the world know that you exist and you do things with a camera. That is marketing. It does not have to be a very expensive thing. Style photo shoots, throw some of those together, and that will be your marketing. So don't overthink this thing. Just let people know that you exist. That way people can talk to you about getting some photo work. I've got to bring my phone out here to go over this next little part. The third thing is when you start to outgrow your current camera. Just a few examples of when you might have outgrown your camera. When the buffer is clearing too slowly and you're missing shots. Now this is a maybe, you don't know what all that means. It might not be time to upgrade just yet. You can hold out and you'll keep doing your homework and studying things and coming across all these terms. So I gotta sit up here for this part, adjust my microphone, make sure this is heard clearly. No one gets a camera for the exact same reason, to do the exact same thing in the exact same way as someone else. It is just literally impossible to do that. Sure, we all get influenced by people, we all mimic styles, we all imitate till we start to originate. So that $400 to $500 price point was kind of the entry level for the longest time. That number seems to be going up higher and higher, and some of the Sony A7iii series or the M50 from Canon, those mirrorless systems are a bit more. And some of the cameras maybe like the Sony A7iii going around $1,800, and the Canon RP and the lower thousands. Some might say those are prosumer cameras, whatever. Look, any camera is a professional camera in the right pair of hands. Keep that in mind. So what you kind of want to think is, does this camera solve a problem that I'm having? If so, then this is going to be a good piece of gear to add to my kit. And a lot of those could be over $1,800. You might find some in that $1,000 to $1,800 range that fit for you, or something in the $800 range can solve your problems too. It's a really good question. What in the world makes a pro camera or more professional camera? A couple of reasons. Shutter lag isn't a problem. If you're hitting your shutter, it does not take a few seconds before the photo happens. That can happen a lot with this very phone. The iPhone 2020 might not always fire off immediately when I need it to. You got better processors for faster autofocus. With the right cars included, the Type A cars, Type B, CF Express cars, even some of the V60, V90 SD cards, you can get photos transferred and the buffer will clear way faster. And that also helps in your editing when you're taking photos off of those SD cards that have those higher end cards like that. I plan on doing a video talking about the quicker ways to maybe do photos or edit, so get subscribed to make sure that you don't miss that. The higher end cameras are generally got some weather sealing on them. Now that doesn't mean you can go into the ocean. Salt water really kills electronics, so don't do that, but a splash here or there, some light drizzles won't be the end of the world. Also, IBIS is probably in a lot of cameras except for some of the cinema line cameras, but that's a whole different ballpark. The over $1,800 cameras are generally crazy customizable to do exactly what you want when you want them to do it. You don't have to rely on what someone else thinks is the best button layout, or you can. But you can customize the camera to act and behave how you want, what's most comfortable for you, and put the buttons and features in place that you use the most. And then of course, you're buying into an ecosystem, so you want to make sure that some cheaper lens options to more expensive high-end lens options are available. And generally, if you're talking Canon, Nikon, Sony, that's definitely going to be the case. As recently as last month, I heard someone say, "Can't believe you get paid to shoot video or photos," and a bit condescending, but hey, fine. I've also been told if you were a real photographer, you would have a mirrorless camera by now. I've also been told that you must really suck at your job because you were using an SL2, a crop sensor Canon camera, which I've done a whole lot of wonderful photos and have many great times with that camera. So someone's always gonna say something to you, and every one of those situations, those people are not at all in this world of doing anything with a camera outside of maybe taking a photo with their phone, so they're pretty irrelevant. And we all hear this kind of stuff, no matter where you're starting out on your journey. If you've just started to think about taking photos today, congratulations, you got a good ride ahead of you. If you've been doing this thing for decades, you've been around the block, people are still taking some kind of shots at you. That's just part of it. And the older you get, the more you're like, I'm just gonna keep going in, doing my thing. And that is definitely what I suggest. So this has been a video to know when to upgrade your camera, just some food for thought. I hope that this helps. And I have decided that it is now time for a little bit of an upgrade of my own. So definitely get subscribed because we're gonna be taking this bad boy out for a spin for a good long while to come here on this channel. Also, swing by YeagerShots.com and look at some photography, video themed apparel, channel themed apparel, and subscribe to never miss a shot from YeagerShots.